with a couple of first-half touchdown passes, one to Gronkowski.
Yeah, he's looked sharp, Kevin, and I think them just jumping the ball, and the other idea that they've done a nice job of spreading out this defense and then getting 5 receivers out in the route, and Brady dialing, getting the ball out quick, made it very difficult for Rex to keep down up those blitzes.
A lot of penalties so far on the Buffalo Bills. They've had 2 turnovers and 4 sacks allowed, 2 of 8 on third down. Adjustments they need to make to get back in this game in the second half.
Well, I think a couple of things when you look at what Buffalo's got to do. First and foremost, they've got to be able to continue to run the football. They can't abandon the game plan, and I think defensively, they have to be able to disrupt Brady's rhythm. I think for the Patriots, offensively, we talked about continuing the up-tempo approach and jumping the ball and taking the fight to the Bills' defense. And then finally, I think defensively, for the Patriots, continue to pressure the quarterback and keep everything in front of you. Don't allow any explosive plays to Harvin or to Watkins in the second half.
You may recall that the Patriots won the flip of the coin. They deferred, so they'll get it. Bill Belichick, who has put together 14 consecutive winning seasons as the head coach of New England, has sent Dion Lewis back. It's not necessarily a situation where the Patriots continue to get top-flight talent. They just seem to stick solid players that fit what Belichick wants to do, whether it's the Dion Lewises of the world or whoever.
Players that come in and fill a role, and certainly Dion Lewis has done that the first week and a half.
2-1-0 teams winning on opening weekend, on kickoff weekend. They leave it there through 30 minutes of football. Rich, these are some of the numbers here in Orchard Park.
Well, Buffalo's got plenty to get cleaned up, Kevin. And we talked about the turnovers, the penalties. They've been sloppy there. And, you know, offensively, I mean, it just they can't abandon the running game. They've got to be able to continue to run the football. They're not built to throw it here 20, 25 times in the second half.
Late first half injury. Sebastian Vollmer hurt his finger. He is out. Cannon, as we've mentioned a couple times, is in at the right tackle. It's Brady with the 1st and 10. Here comes Williams. Kyle Williams pressuring. Quick throw. Lewis incomplete with the coverage in the linebacking core by Bradham.
Well, Kyle Williams got on Brady really quickly there. And you think about Buffalo defensively, Ken, we talked about what they've got to do. You got to disrupt Brady. You got to get him off the spot. I mean, he's in a rhythm right now, and Buffalo hasn't done anything to deter that.
Bills have been in the nickel most of the afternoon. 2nd down and 10. Dion Lewis, flag is thrown, grabbed from behind, got near the 22. Hit by Nikel Roby, and it's a gain of 2.
Holding, offense, number 60, 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
The rookie center, David Andrews, taking the place of the concussed Brian Stork.
This is a tough block. You're going to see him right in the middle of your screen. He's got to make this cut block to try and get on the other side at the jump block on Kyle Williams, and he just tough block for any player, particularly against a Pro Bowl defensive tackle like Kyle Williams.
Stork is on that short-term IR. 2nd down 20. Kyle Williams, a terrific player. With a 2nd and 20. Edelman, he got a block on the play from Solder, and he bangs off bodies like a ping-pong ball and takes the ball on a catch and run to the 29, 19-yard pickup by Julian Edelman.
Kevin, we always use that term. You have to have your head on a swivel and keep an eye on Stephon Gilmore. Whoop. There's Nate Solder.
It's 3rd and 1. A lot of people on that front line for the Bills. Flag, 2 of them.
Offense, number 60, 5-yard penalty, Still third down.
Andrews right there. Rich, when you were on the road, hand signals, is that what you're basically using right now to communicate in this kind of noise?
Yeah, some code words, some hand signals. It's so hard, and this is kind of the world that they live in. They're used to it. It's just, you got a young center in there, Kevin. He's having a very difficult time, and in front of him, he's got to deal with Marcel Darius and Kyle Williams.
16 penalties, 8 each way. It's third down and 6. Cannon, a good block at the right side. They've got Gronkowski as he takes it past midfield. Takes it to the 49 of Buffalo. 27-yard catch and run. First down, Patriots.
Well, this is just a mismatch on the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. I mean, I don't know what Rex Ryan's thinking. How can you expect a linebacker to cover that guy down the seam?
First and 10. Brady will loop one down the sideline. It is incomplete. They're going for Gronk once again. The coverage by the rookie Darby. You said nationally this week you don't think there's anybody that can, as Darby is catching his breath, you don't think, Rich, there's anybody that can guard Gronkowski?
Well, he's tough. I mean, it's a guy that's so big, Kevin. I mean, he's a bigger wide receiver, and I think where he is the best is working in the middle of the field. It's also the quickest way to the end zone. It's right down the middle of the field. It's also directly in the vision of the quarterback. But his size, he covers so much ground in a short period, and his catching radius, his ability to make that back shoulder catch or that down the field catch. And I think for Buffalo, the challenge is, where is he? He's never in the same spot twice. He's an inline player. He's on the right side. He's on the left side. He's in the slot. He's outside. They move him around so much, it makes it very difficult to get the matchup that you want on him.
They like Ronald Darby. You can see he's getting up under his own power, but you're tangling with a big 6'6" body like Gronkowski. You're going to feel it. Let's see here.
Yeah, the right side.
Rich, the Patriots use more two tight end sets than any team in the NFL. We haven't seen it as much today, but against Pittsburgh, they were using 4 tight ends inside the red zone.
It's a great point, Kevin. And what happens is you have to make a decision as a defense. So they bring in the bigger tight ends, and then you think to yourself, well, it's a running formation. We're going to bring in extra linebackers. That's what Pittsburgh did. And what did Brady do? They threw the football. And so, you really have to kind of pick your poison.
Mario Butler, who replaced Darby last week because of leg cramps, is in to replace him right now. Second down and 10. Brady. And he's got the former Buffalo Bills, Scott Chandler, brought down by Graham among a couple. It is a gain of 9. Chandler had a touchdown reception week 1 against Pittsburgh.
And you also have the luxury, Kevin, of having a quarterback that can get you in the right play at the right time. I mean, if he sees a situation where you go with the smaller people, then he's going to run it. If he sees where you bring in extra linebackers and you have the matchup, then he's going to throw it. That's what you get with 16 years of experience in the same system.
It's 3rd and 1. 5 DBs, 6 on the line. Brady, Dotson, first down. Brought down by Gilmore, takes it to the 29-yard line of Buffalo. 10-yard pickup.
And that's all on Brady. He motions in Gronk to block. He knows the pressure's coming, and they just dump it to the flat to Dobson.
I always think about how much volume, how much the quarterback's got to process when he looks over that defense.
And I don't think there's anybody whose clock is as fast as Brady's when it comes to playing the game.
Former Buffalo Bill Chandler, he spent some time here, of course, 5 seasons. He makes the grab, he goes for 8, but he's setting his protections. Brady is. He's trying to canvass the defense. There's a lot on his plate, as there is every quarterback.
Yeah, but Kevin, you mentioned his ability to process information so quickly and efficiency at the line of scrimmage.
Lewis on 2nd and 2, knifes his way, slips his way, and he's down to the 8. 13-yard pickup. Dion Lewis First and goal to go, New England.
Well, he's so elusive. He has that jump cut spin move that helps him slip tackles, and he can make a cut without losing speed. He's got that quick stop and start moves that just make it so difficult on a defender.
That's first and goal. Flag is thrown, and we got an offensive penalty.
Ball start. Offense. Number 67. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Rich, think what Brady has done on this drive. A 19-yard catch and run by Edelman. 27-yard catch and run Gronkowski. 9-yard pass to Chandler. 10-yard pass to Dobson. 13-yard run by Lewis. A lot of people getting their hands on it.
They do a good job spreading you out, and I think we talked about it. They've got to find a way to slow Brady down some, and it's not easy.
Darby's still out. 6 in the secondary. It's first and goal. Lewis, big hole. Klein with the block at the guard, and he corkscrews his way to the 3. Lewis with a gain of 10 on the heels of a 13-yard run moments ago.
I think a challenge with a back like Lewis, Kevin, is that sometimes you lose him behind that big offensive line. He's only 5'8", 195 pounds. It's hard to find him.
Michael Williams, tight end, will be the fullback for Blunt. Here are the 2 tight ends, bottom of your screen. There's a third going wide, Chandler. 4 of them in there. Second and goal at the 3. Brady through the hands of Chandler. And the coverage on the play by Aaron Williams.
Well, that's what you want. You've got Aaron Williams, who's 6 foot tall. Then you've got Chandler, who's 6'7".
Brady now has it 3rd and 3, and on this drive on 3rd and 6, he hit Gronkowski. On 3rd and 1, he hit Dobson. Tight ends again, all over the place, 4 of them.
Same formation we just saw, same shift.
Blunt is in the backfield. Brady, Chandler, bobbled, dropped. And the coverage continues, and again, it is Aaron Williams out of Texas.
Same exact formation, same shift, same play, except the previous play, Chandler runs the slant. Now he comes right back with the fade route, and Aaron Williams isn't having any of it. He's able to get that right hand in there and rip it out.
They will go for 3. 21-yard field goal try by Stephen Gostkowski. Late in the first half, he had a 46-yarder. This is the opening drive of the second half. It's 27-13 New England. About 5 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Never miss a moment of football action with the CBS Sports app. Every play, every story, and every highlight right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. Well, the Buffalo defense held the Patriots to 3 instead of 6.
That's huge. Now you get yourself in a 2-score game, and sometimes when you're struggling a little bit on offense, a big play, a big return in the kicking game can get you right back in it. And they've got a guy back there in Percy Harvin that can score anytime he touches the ball. Problem is he doesn't get a chance on these kickoffs. Gostkowski kicks him out of the back of the end zone every time.
They all seem to.
Yeah, moving the ball up to the 35. It's too easy for these guys.
Retooled Buffalo team. Kyle Orton was a quarterback last year for most of the season. Fred Jackson is gone. C.J. Spiller gone. Here's the kickoff by Gostkowski. Returnable. Harvin, one of the replacements from the 2 with the acceleration and the tackle. And he's brought down by Watson. Dakota Watson, signed this week, brings him down. 20-yard return. Here comes Tyrod Taylor. Famous wings being prepared. Tyrod Taylor has thrown a touchdown pass. He's thrown 2 picks, and he begins after the New England field goal at his own 22 with the 1st and 10. To fake to McCoy. Looking on the sideline, flag is thrown. Malcolm Butler was down there defending Sammy Watkins. High pick out of Clemson a year ago.
I think Watkins was even able to make the catch on the boundary. You got him open, you got to hit him.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 14. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Well, Malcolm Butler's in cover. Just watch Watkins there. I don't really see much. He just, boy, I think part of what happens is the corner falls down, slides down, and happens so quickly that they think that they felt that Watkins really pushed him. I think that's a no call. You can see the frustration from Rex Ryan.
Gino Grissom, a rookie, is on the defensive line. 1st and 25 in the Patriots secondary. Blocked by Wood, the center. Buys a bit of time. There's another flag. It was caught by McCoy. He's at the 19, 7-yard pickup.
We'll just keep checking the ball down, Kevin, in the passing game to LaShawn McCoy in the backs. Having a difficult time throwing the ball down the field.
This is on Buffalo. That's Scott Edwards, their number 3, our side judge, who's got the ear.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Buffalo bench.
Buffalo bench.
Distance from the previous spot. The down count is second down.
Well, that's big. That's either on Rex or someone on his staff.
Last week they were chanting, "We want Tom Brady." Now they're chanting something else. 2nd and 22. McCoy, big hole on the move and from behind. Ridden down by Jamie Collins. Some breathing space for Taylor in the offense up to the 27. 19-yard burst by LaShawn McCoy.
Well, just keep an eye on the right side of this offensive line. They're just going to collapse the left side of that defensive line of the Patriots, and you see LaShawn McCoy, he's already up on the 2nd level. Good job caving in the left side of that defensive line.
Taylor surveys. He shares a birthday with Tom Brady. 3rd down and 4. Blocked by Glenn. Time for Taylor, and he's got the first down. Charles Clay in front of Tevin McCourty. 7-yard pickup to the 35 and a first down.
And I think when you're struggling a little bit in the passing game, your best friend can be the tight end. And they went out and got Charles Clay. They paid him a king's ransom, as Rex told us. And he's a guy that gives them the ability now to attack in the middle of the field vertically. You've got the speed on the outside with Harvin and Watkins, and now you've got a tight end that can do the same thing in the middle.
They say he can block too. 1st and 10. McCoy. Not a lot right there. Selinga brings him down with a gain of a yard. Another flag. This looks like it's against Buffalo.
Holding. Offense number 77. The 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
He had a couple holding penalties last week against the Colts. Let's go to Coach and James in New York.
A confidence builder for the quarterback.
Yeah, Ryan Mel, 7 yards off finds Garrett Graham. He was 7 for 7 for 56 yards on the drive as the Houston Texans tie out the Carolina Panthers 10-10.
And I'm sure Rich Gannon knows how important that is. Back to Kevin Harlan.
You got that, James? He does. We were down in Houston last week watching Kansas City beat the Texans. 1st and 20. Going deep, he's looking for Harvin. And the coverage from McCourty and from Terrell Brown. It is 2nd and 20.
Well, this is what Percy Harvin does. He's got great straight line speed, and see Terrell Brown there in pretty good position. He knows he's got help over the top from his safety, Devin McCourty.
Taylor had some pretty good offensive coordinators while he was backing up Flacco in Baltimore, didn't he?
He really did. He had a lot of them, Kevin. First Cam Cameron, and of course Jim Caldwell, Gary Kubiak last year, a number of different coordinators. He's actually 3 in the last 4 years. It's not easy when they're constantly asking him to learn a new system.
Set up the screen, McCoy on 2nd down and 20. There's Hightower. Ooh, with a nice move right there, dousing the oncoming Grissom. He wheels his way to the 35 and picks up 10. And he's not 100%. We began the broadcast today telling you that he suffered a hamstring in preseason game number 1, didn't play the rest of the summer, and he's still getting his legs under him anyway.
Yeah, he really is. And I think he looks pretty good to me, Kevin.
Yeah,
I thought he looked pretty good at Friday at practice. I was surprised there was so much talk about whether or not he would play, but he also has a great feel for the passing game. I think it's one of the things that he does really well. He's very patient, especially in the screen game.
With the 3rd and 9 right here, Tyrod Taylor underneath the Robert Woods with his first catch of the second half. Forced out of bounds right there by Devin McCourty. It is a gain of 3.
Well, there's been a lot of talking after the play. These are two teams that don't really care for one another.
There's Edelman. There's a breeze with the punter, Colton Schmidt. Harrison Sanborn is a long snapper. This is Edelman up into that bright western New York sky. Looks, hang time of 4-6, and covered well. Nice job by Duke Williams. 2-yard return, 48-yard punt. Here comes Brady and the Patriots mid-3rd quarter. Which last week that defense dictated the game against the Colts.
Not today, Kevin. Really, this is the opposite. I mean, the Patriots really controlled the line of scrimmage, and they are dictating right now how this game is played offensively.
After the Buffalo punt from the 17, Tom Brady 1st and 10. Pointing out the Mike, the middle linebacker. Brady, Edelman may have heard the footsteps of Jerry Hughes, incomplete.
Well, that's on Tom Brady. You got to see out in front of throws. You can't run Julian Edelman into a head-on collision.
Well, that sounds tough. I mean, just hitting the receiver's one thing.
Well, he's got to feel the backside defensive end drop, and Julian Edelman, he's your good buddy, but you don't run him into those head-on collisions. They can't take that shot to the head.
2nd down 10. He just throws it at the feet like he told us he would last night, at the feet of Lewis. Pressure was there. Kyle Williams and others. Flag is thrown. He said, I just throw it right to the feet of my receivers when their pressure is too strong.
Before the
field duress.
Holding. Defense number 28. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and the automatic first down.
12 Buffalo penalties. They had 11 last week against the Colts.
Ronald Darby is going to grab Julian Edelman right there. And we had an interesting conversation with Aaron Williams, the safety, and he said, he's a talented young player, but he doesn't want to ask for help. And he was trying to tell him it's okay to ask for help. You ask for help against Edelman or Brady. If you need it, we'll give it to you, but you have to ask.
By the way, Vollmer back at the right tackle. Came in this series. Got injured his finger earlier on. 1st and 10, Amendola. And Corey Graham catches up with him. It's a gain of 3, and he's up to the 25.
We talked about the challenge of going up against the Rex Ryan coach defense and the importance of identification and communication, because it gives you so many different looks, so many exotic looks and pressures. You just simply can't prepare for them all during the course of the week of practice.
Belichick said best thing they do is mix it up. 2nd and 7. Downfield, he's got Dobson with the dive. He jumps back up, takes it to the 49. Belts it on the play by Mario Butler. It's a 24-yard strike and a Patriot first down.
And it starts up front with clean protection and a nice pocket for Tom Brady to step up into, and he just throws a bullet right down the middle of the field to Aaron Dobson.
With a 1st and 10. Gain of a yard. Dobson now 4 catches, 2-yard pickup. And he gets into Buffalo territory to the 49, Deion Lewis.
And I'm really not surprised, Kevin. We haven't seen a lot of their big running back. Garrett Blunt. This is not that kind of game.
Lewis is in, 2nd down and 8. Vollmer the block at the right tackle. And that's caught by Gronkowski, ridden out of bounds by Corey Graham. Takes it deeper into Buffalo territory. 15-yard catch and run to the 34.
He just runs routes like a wide receiver. Look at him get up on the safety. Nice clean break outside, friendly. Working right down the line and making an easy throw for Brady.
5 catches, 82 yards. Brady's got over 300 through the air. He's got a 1st and 10, Dion Lewis. He was drilled after a 1-yard gain. What a couple there. Mario Williams off that line. Here's the Buffalo Bills have spent $250 million on that defensive line. Long-term contracts, big signing bonuses.
Well, it's the strength of their units. The defensive line, 3 members were selected to the Pro Bowl the last season for the 2nd straight year, and for good reason. I mean, this is a really good group. As you said, Kevin, they've got a lot of money tied up in that defensive line.
Carrington is in there now. He is part of that as he comes back to Buffalo. 2nd down and 9. Gronkowski back in, offers the block. That is caught by Dobson. He was working on Nickel Roby. Picks up 12 on 2nd down and 9. Another New England 1st down.
Well, you see the different hand signals from Brady. He does a lot. He takes care of the protection. He's signaling the receivers, the adjustments. It was nice to have a big receiver. Dobson, 6'3", guy that can make those catches in the middle of the field.
Again, pointing out the mic. Middle linebackers, all quarterbacks do. It dictates the blocking up front. 1st and 10. Brady dropped by Dobson. Walk me through that, Rich. When why does he always pick that guy instead of saying where the safety is, for instance?
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. So he's got 5 offensive linemen. So you make a Mike declaration. You're saying we're going to block the 4 big guys along the line, and we're going to block this particular player in the middle of the field. Now it tells the running back to my right or my left who he's blocking. It also tells the receiver on the other side of the slot who he's responsible if they bring somebody off the edge. So really sets the protection when you make that call.
2nd and 10. Good explanation. Edelman, and he dives to the pylon. Count it. Touchdown. 22-yard touchdown pass. Brady to Edelman.
Well, you see all the action away, and Julian Edelman, he comes out and he's just under control, and then all of a sudden he turns on another gear, and the guy that's had a tough day, Aaron Williams, he had a couple penalties in the 1st half, and he's not able to catch up and make the play on Edelman.
And they look at Aaron Williams. Brady threw 4 touchdown passes opening night against the Steeler D. And he's taken a top 10 defense today and thrown 3 touchdown passes. With a beautiful scoring drive of 83 yards, Dobson caught passes of 24 and 12. Gronkowski for 15. And Edelman to the pylon.
That's a good shot there.
It was a great shot.
High def.
They never faced a 3rd down on that drive, which started back at the 17. And as they take a look at Aaron Williams, we will step aside. 3:24 in the 3rd. Tom Brady just threw a touchdown pass of 22 yards to Edelman, who dove to the pylon. And in the midst of that play, Aaron Williams, the defensive back, who is down on his back, and an ambulance has just been taken out of the field, and that is not a good sign. But the precautionary tenor of the NFL now has never been stronger. Let's watch it again. That was the play.
It's hard to tell.
It is. Edelman's legs kind of whipped up and caught him beneath the belt, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's that right arm or.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of came down on it funny, and
well, they had filled the RV parking lot here so early in the week, and they're selling tickets for some of the highest prices they had seen for a regular season game. The place was full. They had the Guinness Book of World Record person here to measure the sound as they try to break the Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City all-time mark. And the play of the Patriots has been surgical, and a couple turnovers by Buffalo, Brady has been terrific with his 3 touchdowns and 340 yards. And now the injury to a starter, Aaron Williams. It's taking a little bit of the air out of the building.
It really is. And, you know, it's interesting, Kevin. We talked to Aaron Williams on Friday, and I said, what's the best way to approach Brady? He said the key is to be perfect. The slightest mistake, and he'll make you pay for it. And I think we've seen that a lot today from the Patriots secondary. They've been close, but not close enough. And he just needs a small window. And when you look at Brady, he's dropped back to pass 43 times today. He's only been sacked once. And this is supposedly the best defensive line in football, but it's been a frustrating day for the big guys up front because Brady's been getting the ball out so quickly.
They are assisting Aaron Williams, who was covering Edelman on that touchdown catch and dive for 6. We talked to, as Richard said, we talked to Aaron on Friday at the Bills facility, and you say, you know, when they hired Rex Ryan, the first thing he did was get on the phone and call a lot of players that had played for Rex. And he said they were gushing with praise and said, you're never going to play for a better coach. And Aaron told us, he said, what I saw in training camp, what I've seen through one game, he's been everything and more as advertised. Yeah,
look, this is going to be a good football team. I think Rex will get things turned around here. And it's not like they're starting over on defense either. They had the 4th-ranked defense last year, and they led the league in sacks. And, you know, if you know anything about Rex Ryan, he's made a living out of making life difficult on quarterbacks. It hasn't been the case today, but you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take a while. I think they've got a young quarterback, Kevin, that they're excited about. You know, the big challenge for them, I think, offensively, you know, they've had 15 different starting quarterbacks since Jim Kelly. And I think in order to get this thing turned around, they need a long-term answer at quarterback, and they're hoping it's Tyrod Taylor.
Well, think about this. Taylor starts today, the 11th different quarterback to start for the Bills against Brady as they put Aaron Williams on the stretcher. Rob Johnson, Alex Van Pelt, Drew Bledsoe, J.P. Lossman, Kelly Holcomb, Trent Edwards, Ryan Fitzpatrick, E.J. Manuel, Kyle Orton, Thaddeus Lewis. Castle the other day, and although technically he was the starter in that first game against, in fact, Castle warming up right now on the sideline. What that means is anybody's guess.
Well, I think he's warming up. I think he's helping Tyrod Taylor.
Yep.
And Matt Castle is a good guy to have, Kevin, for Tyrod Taylor.
In fact, Rex Ryan and Greg Roman both said that Castle has been, the former Patriot quarterback, has been invaluable. They cut him and then re-signed him before the first game.
So the decision wasn't easy. I mean, I think all 3 quarterbacks, Tyrod Taylor, Matt Castle, and E.J. Manuel, played well in the preseason, and I think they just felt like Tyrod Taylor was the best of all 3, and they felt maybe had the most upside at this point in his career. But you know, I think Castle's a veteran guy, an unselfish player that can really help a young quarterback, and E.J. Manuel, you know, it's kind of been a disappointing start to his career here in Buffalo. He was the 1st-round pick back in 3 years ago, and we saw him play quite a bit his first 2 years, but just kind of an up and down, inconsistent performer for the Bills, and really opened it up this offseason by, you know, bringing in Castle and making the decision to sign Tyrod Taylor in free agency. And
there is a great deal of care, and that picture just spoke of that they are taking with Aaron Williams, defensive back, and he'll probably go immediately to a hospital, though every stadium in the National Football League equipped with a trauma area for x-rays and advanced medical help. But as they've strapped him in, they may take him immediately to a nearby hospital. And when we receive word, we'll receive the message, we will give it off to you and tell you what has happened. A lot on the plate for Rex Ryan. It's a shame to lose a starter like that. Rex is going to call his team together, gather them, talk to them on the sideline. As they
well, you know, Kevin,
gather their emotions.
They may not win this game. I mean, obviously they're down 33-13 with 3:24 in the 3rd quarter, but how are they going to finish the game? I think that's important. What kind of message are they going to send to the fans here in Buffalo, and really to the Patriots and the rest of the teams that watch this film on Monday? Are we going to come out and we're going to finish strong here in the fourth quarter? Are we going to be a physical football team? We're going to clean up some of the mistakes we made earlier in the game. And offensively, what can we do here? Now, this is a great teaching moment, I think, for this football team. It's always important to finish strong in the fourth quarter and carry some of that momentum, some of that confidence into next week.
As you saw, a short prayer by those on the sideline for the Buffalo Bills as your fallen teammate Aaron Williams has been put in the ambulance, which is now just beginning to pull away. So we will update his situation as quickly as we can. This fan base, they sold the most season tickets they have sold in over 2 decades. That's the kind of excitement that Rex Ryan has generated here. And the anticipation for this game heading in was just off the charts.
Yeah, there's not an empty seat here. And
nope.
They've been out there tailgating, seems like all week. This is a faithful crowd here in Western New York. They love their football team. And I think they're excited about what Rex Ryan brings to the mix. He brings energy, he brings excitement, he brings passion. Certainly brings confidence to a team that I think needs some of it, Kevin. This is a team that's kind of lost its way. Once proud organization hasn't made the playoffs in 15 seasons.
This is the extra point following the 22-yard touchdown pass. Brady to Edelman. Edelman has caught 2 touchdown passes today. Skowski puts it through, and 3:24 to play in the third. 34-13. The reigning Super Bowl champions on top on CBS. Well, the Patriots coming off their 4th World Championship in the last 14 years. Let's go back to the first one, Super Bowl 36. Patriots and Rams met in Super Bowl 36 in the Dome in New Orleans. Brady throwing for 145 and a touchdown. David Patton with the score tied at 17. Adam Vinatieri, the oldest player now in the NFL. He kicked a 48-yard field goal as time expired. It was the first of the 4 for the New England Patriots. And, of course, Super Bowl 50 will be in Santa Clara, just south of San Francisco. And that's the challenge for Belichick and Brady and the New England organization. Tough to repeat. We haven't had one for a long time, Rich. Last time the team repeated was New England.
You know, I always say it's hard to handle success, but I don't know that there's a team in football that's better in terms of handling success. I think Coach Belichick does a great job helping his team to refocus and eliminating distractions. They're as good as any organization in football in terms of eliminating the distractions.
Gostkowski kicks it over Harvin's head. Weekend starts with Kirk Cousins and the Redskins battling rival Eli Manning and the Giants. It's all here on Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network.
It was interesting talking to Coach Belichick about
what you're going to say.
What happened in the Giants-Cowboys game on Sunday night. He said that was a great teaching opportunity, great teaching moment. They went back and watched that sequence with the quarterbacks and the offensive coaches. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Taylor had it knocked away. And just about grabbed. Alan Branch, who started for the Bills in 2013-97. He swatched the ball away, recovered by Buffalo. It is a sack. It's a loss of 5. Sheard jumped on the loose ball and the Bills.
Yeah, Branch just working inside on the rookie right guard. John Miller will knock that ball out of the hand of Tyrod Taylor.
Second down, 15. Look at this one, another loose ball. It's vacuumed in by LaShawn McCoy. And he'll rumble up ahead before he's brought down by Logan Ryan. Takes it to the 21-yard line of the Bills.
It's amazing. They don't even block Jamie Collins. I mean, this is about the 3rd time now he's run right through the A-gap between the center and guard. They don't even block him.
Hey, Cohen!
3rd down and 9. 6 in the Patriots secondary. And the block, now they break through. Jones breaks through and brings him down with another New England sack. Chandler Jones brings him down, dousing him at the 10. And the punting unit comes on, -11. A lot of sacks today by New England. 7 of them.
Well, they're having a difficult time up front, Kevin. And Chandler Jones is just, he's done a nice job changing things up on the left tackle, Cordy Glenn. At times he's beat him around the edge, at times he's ducked underneath, and that time he just bull rushes him right back into the feet of Tyrod Taylor.
Here's another punt for second-year Colton Schmidt. He is with the win. Amendola on the run, 45-yard line. Room to roam, knifing his way and leaping near the Buffalo 30 with a 16-yard return on a 45-yard punt and a flag. Ruby Dixon was slow to get up on the special teams for the Bills.
During the return, holding by the return team, number 23. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. New England's ball, first down.
On Patrick Chung. Brady today.
Well, I got a kick out of what Rex had to say about Brady last night. Most accurate quarterback in the league, makes wide receivers look really good. He's hard to rattle, and he's got a terrific command of the offense, and they really felt like they'd have to mix it up. You can't give him a steady diet, it'll pick you apart, but it just seems like whatever Buffalo has tried defensively, Brady's had an answer for it. 27 of 42, 3 touchdowns. He's picking up right where he left off in week 1 against the Steelers.
Marcus Cannon now going to play the left tackle, taking Solder's place. Vollmer, as we mentioned before, even with the injured finger back in there, 1st and 10.
So I just taps the center on the back.
Fake to Lewis. He offers a block. They go outside. Edelman was covered by Darby. What'd that mean when he was tapping him on the back, do you think?
He said, hey, what are you thinking about tonight? Go get a beer somewhere? Or, after we beat these guys, what do you think? No, I mean, it's just, it's just another way to remind the center. I mean, just tapping him and telling him, hey, everyone sit in. I'm going to change the play.
Brady on 2nd down and 10. Gronkowski. Preston Brown rides him down near the 31. Gronkowski continues to put a dent in every defense he plays. 23-yard catch and run, 1st down.
Well, it sounds simple, but you really have to tackle well against a guy like Gronk. And no one had more yards after contact last season than Rob Gronkowski. His run after the catch ability is tremendous, and it's not an easy guy to bring down when you look at his size and his length and his ability to put that free arm out and give you a stiff arm.
105 receiving yards today for Gronkowski, 1st and 10. Brady trying to go deep, goes short underneath. Amendola can't get it with the coverage on the play by Darby. We just got the preliminary word on Aaron Williams, neck injury, obviously won't return, and we are waiting further news on him.
He's been a terror. No player has had more touchdown receptions since 2010 than Rob Gronkowski, 57.
He used to perform punt, pass, and kick in this building as he was growing up as a 13-year-old. He was involved in punt, pass, and kick here at Wilson.
Look at the middle of the field. It's wide open.
2nd down, 10, incomplete. Again, Brady doesn't see anything, and Bradham was applying terrific pressure up the middle for the Buffalo defense. He throws at the feet of his receivers, as he did there, 3rd and 10.
You talk about an aggressive approach defensively. Look at this. Look at the middle of the field. It's wide open. And here's Gronk right here. I don't know if Brady just ran out of time with the play clock. Of course, he's got a free rusher in his face.
Duke Williams has taken the place of Aaron Williams. 3rd down and 10. Underneath through the hands of Lewis. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Stephon Gilmore. And the field goal unit takes the field for the New England Patriots late in the 3rd. Gronkowski has had field goals today of 46 and 22 yards. A 23-yard catch and run by Gronkowski gives him this good field position. A 50-yard try by Gronkowski. Gronkowski, and that is good. From 50 yards away. The lead is 37-13 with the Patriots and 28 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
Good snap, good hold, and good kick from Gostowski. He's one of the better ones in the business, Kevin, and not just in terms of what he does with his extra points and field goals, but his ability to kick the ball deep. There's another guy that's had a terrific day, Rob Gronkowski. 6 catches, 105 yards. Really got it started with this big one in the first quarter for 36 yards, the touchdown. And they've tried everything. They put linebackers on him. They put safeties. They put corners. They tried to bracket him, playing inside out, high low.
He's caught 57 touchdown passes from Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. And, you know, I think that there's so much talk this week in Western New York about how to handle 87. And I don't think there's any one way, but I think you make a huge mistake when he's outside the numbers and you leave him in one-on-one coverage.
Skowski getting a workout, and that's out of the end zone once again to the 20-yard line for the Buffalo Bills and their quarterback, Tyrod Taylor. Only one more day until the biggest premiere in the universe. You won't want to miss the first new episode of the season, The Big Bang Theory, on its new night tomorrow at 8/7 Central, right here on CBS. Carlos Williams is the running back. They had an open competition in training camp for the quarterback job. Castle, E.J. Manuel, and this guy, Tyrod Taylor, who won it. Here's the rush here, got a hand on him, and Carlos Williams comes up with it and bangs his way into Chung. Taken down by Butler, picks up 11 and a first down for the Bills.
Boy, Taylor hasn't had a lot of time, Kevin, to throw the football. I mean, even when he does get it out, he's been getting hit. Not the biggest guy. Takes courage to sit back there in the pocket.
He gets it off before the end of the third. Carlos Williams, who played safety, then switched to running back at Florida State, picks up 4 on first down and knocked out a play. Let's go to the 4th in Buffalo. We begin the 4th quarter. Tom Brady has thrown 3 touchdown passes, almost 350 yards. Second down 4 with the run. Carlos Williams takes it for 7 into the teeth of that defense. They get the first down up to the 45-yard line of the Bills.
And Kevin, the Patriots defense has really played well. I'm looking at my stat monitor. I don't even know if it's right. They said Taylor's dropped back 22 times. He's already been sacked 7. A really good job, and of course, a big part of that has been Jamie Collins coming off the edge.
1st and 10 here.
There's another one.
They got him. Hightower, and then coming through Malcolm Brown. The first-round pick out of Texas. 8th sack right there. And also Selinga was involved in the play.
Look at that. They're crowding the line of scrimmage, and you get the pressure right up inside. A good pass rush has push up inside and speed off the edge. Hightower, you see him break loose. And, man, they're just going after Tyrod Taylor.
With a 2nd down and 17 right now for Tyrod Taylor. This is Percy Harvin in space and on the move and past the 45 to the 42 of the New England Patriots. 20-yard catch and run, first down, Buffalo.
Well, last week they built an early lead here in Buffalo. Now we're going to find out about Tyrod Taylor. Kevin, can he bring his team from behind? Especially when they need him to throw it more than the 19 attempts he had last week.
1st and 10. Taylor, high, and uncatchable. The cross there for Clay. You also saw Watkins in the background. They were in the area. 2nd down and 10. Tyrod Taylor. You mentioned this at the beginning of the broadcast. He was a backup to Joe Flacco for 4 years. So that meant that he could sit and watch and learn.
Yeah, he really was considered a developmental project coming out of Virginia Tech, a 6th-round pick. They said he lacked the desired measurables you like at that position. He's not the tallest guy, but he's very athletic and mobile. And we saw last week he can make plays under duress.
McCoy. Grabbing onto him is Rob Dinkovich with a gain of 5. And McCoy will work his way to the 38 with some pushing after the play. Back there, see him? Little conversation with Hogan. Look
at that, 29 dropbacks. He's been sacked 8 times. They've not played well up front. The rookie John Miller has had his struggles. Cordy Glenn, we've talked about that. Kevin, the left tackle position, he's had his struggles.
Patriots in the nickel, 3rd down and 5. Wood the center with the block, but here they come once again, and Taylor tries to leap through their coverage. Dante Hightower got him close to a 1st down to the 33-yard line of New England.
The other thing the Patriots have done a nice job is really keeping the lid on Tyrod Taylor with the scrambles.
They have.
I mean, he had the big one in the first drive, the 23-yard scramble. Other than that, Matt Patricia and his guys have done a great job getting upfield, setting the edge, and doing a good job with a coordinated pass rush around Taylor.
New England.
4th and 1 will step aside. Buffalo and New England. Patriots take the timeout right there, leading 37-13. They're going to go for it with 12:16 to play in the 4th. Trailing 37-13. We've just gotten more word on Aaron Williams. He has been taken to a local hospital. Again, we'll continue to feed you information as we get it. 4th and 1. Handoff there. Carlos Williams corkscrews his way for a 1st down. Finally brought down by Negovich. Picks up 2 on 4th and 1. Move him to the 32 of the New England Patriots and a 1st down for the Bills.
Another tackle there by Jamie Collins. He's been all over the field today, Kevin. 2.5 sacks. Chandler Jones with 3 sacks.
Patriots have 21 new players, Rich, from their Super Bowl team of a year ago, turning over that roster. 1st and 10. Taylor. Oh, a lot of congestion. Salinga's after him, and he goes downfield. Caught for a touchdown. Robert Woods. Covered by McCourty. 32-yard strike.
Well, this is what concerns you. Tyrod Taylor getting outside the pocket, extending plays with his legs, and then throwing the ball back across the field. And you look at Malcolm Butler, he was right there to make the play, just kind of overruns it. Robert Woods is able to slip in behind and make the grab.
They'll try for 2. So Taylor today, 19 of 25, 157 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. One was late in the first half. One interception was. They try for 2 with 11:42 to play in the 4th. Taylor and drop Harvin incomplete. Coverage on the play by Malcolm Butler. So it stays 37-19. 32-yard toss. Taylor to Robert Woods, a high pick out of USC 3 years ago. And the Bills continue to try to chip away at that New England lead. Tyrod Taylor has just thrown a 32-yard touchdown pass to Robert Woods. 37-19 is our score. And the kickoff from Jordan Gay. Everybody up front there for the Patriots, or a good portion of them. Let's see what Buffalo does here. Kick away. Devin McCourty will let this go out of the end zone. It's the goalpost. To the 20-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Rich, when you were in these situations, sizable lead on the road, division rival, knowing they just scored, put us in the mind of a quarterback here with what has happened today and what may happen the rest of the way.
Well, I think if you're Tom Brady, you don't want to take your foot off the gas. Kevin, you're playing well. I think at some point, you'll begin to run the football a little bit more effectively. But look, they're going to have a tough time running the football against this Bills front 7. And that's a big reason why we haven't seen LeGarrette Blount. It's not that kind of game. You got to spread these guys out and make them play in space, and that's what the Patriots and Brady have done.
Solder back in at the left tackle. That's incomplete. Thrown it back at Gronkowski. There was a lot of congestion around him. It was interesting to watch Brady operate against Pittsburgh and then watch him today. Everything that has happened to him and circled around him in the offseason, his ability to focus or refocus on the upcoming season.
Well, I think it's as an organization, their ability to handle distractions, and I think they do that as well as anyone. Kevin, I talked about it.
2nd down and 10. He's up nicely in the pocket and finds his receiver near the 34. It's caught by Dobson. He's had a big day. 14-yard pickup. That is a first down.
Well, we talked about, if you want to lose, have a distraction and not deal with it or handle it because it'll linger. And I think you have to deal with them quickly and effectively, and you get the sense that that's what they did with this whole Deflategate thing that was written. It was written about. It was within days of the AFC Championship game. I think the Patriots put it behind them.
First and 15. Brady standing tall in the pocket. He's got Deion Lewis across the middle. He's drilled right there by Rambo. 16-yard catch up the midfield. Another first down.
Boy, he's a tough guy because that was a big, big hit by the safety, Bakari Rambo. Sometimes you don't need to see a hit. You can just hear it.
And Brown is the one who wrote him down.
That was one of them.
We felt it up here. First and 10. Brady to the other side now, and he's got Chandler. And the former Bill to the 45. And he's brought down by Darby and picks up 5 yards there.
What a luxury to have big tight ends. I mean, you've got Gronk, who's 6'6". They go out and get Scott Chandler. He's 6'7". You just throw it in their area, and they've got a really good chance of coming down with it.
Second down 5. Brady with 3 touchdown passes today. 399 in his career. Wafting one here, looking for Edelman, and he's got him near the 25. Gilmore was in the vicinity, but Edelman was wide open. It's a catch and a good one for 22 yards with a flag thrown on the play.
Call a pick on the Patriots.
It's against the Patriots.
Offense, number 17, 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Dobson.
Well, Dobson's outside. You'll see him work inside, and then they're going to call that every time. You can't stop and extend your hands. And
Deion Lewis is back in, but he's wide. Couple tight ends on the near side. Second down and 15. Seven in the secondary for Buffalo. Brady, Edelman, and brought down by Nickel Roby with a gain of 5 to the 48 to New York and James Brown.
Cam Newton having his way, Coach.
Yeah, second touchdown pass of the day. This one to Corey Brown from 36 yards out. Pretty much seals the victory for the Carolina Panthers. He ran for a touchdown as well as they lead 24-10 with 8 minutes to go.
Back to Kevin Holland, Rich Gannon.
Houston, Rich to go to 0-2.
Never a good thing when you replace your starting quarterback in week 1, Kevin. Could be a long season for the Texans.
And now with the former Patriot quarterback started, 3rd and 9. Brady's found his receiver again, this time the running back. It's Lewis, hit by Rambo. Shy of the 40-yard line, very close to a first down.
And this is what's given Rex Ryan's defense fits over the years. Small backs that can play on the line of scrimmage, in the slot, out wide. And this game is all about matchups, and Deion Lewis, Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman. These are tough matchups for the Buffalo Bills.
Shaq Mason is coming as the fullback. LeGarrette Blount is in back of him, 4th and 1. By the way, Mason came in and declared himself ineligible.
He's the fullback position.
Yep. Timeout taken, 8:16, 4th quarter. All Patriots. Tom Brady has thrown for 413 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's on the move late in the 4th, late in this game at the 41 of Buffalo. Belichick has decided to put his offense out there on 4th and 1. Mason will be a fullback. Not quite sure where to go. Blount is the tailback. There he is.
Oh, you got him.
Brady's going deep. He's looking for Edelman and just overshoots him with the coverage on the play by Gilmore. And on downs, Brady holding his head. He knew he had him.
Brady.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, they got just what they wanted. They packed him in, and now they send Gronk down the middle of the field, and Julian Edelman. He had either one. He just overthrows Edelman. That's a throw that Tom Brady would love to have back. Look at, he thought he had him.
He thought he had the guy who was so important for him in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 49, who caught the 4 passes for 54 yards and a touchdown. New England beat Seattle. 1st and 10 on downs. It goes. Here's McCoy. Weaving, spearing, swerving, brought down finally on the play by Jamie Collins. Nice run of 13. The meandering McCoy takes it down to the 47-yard line of New England. He looks pretty good for a guy with a bad hammy.
Yeah, he does, Kevin.
He looks pretty good. Taylor 1st and 10. The sideline, he'll work here. He's got Harvin. It's right in front of Terrell Brown with a gain of 5. And he's down. Flag is down to the 41-yard line of the Patriots.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Well, there have been 11 penalties on the Patriots today. Now 13 on the Buffalo Bills.
The right tackle, Chantrell Henderson.
It'll bring up 1st and 20.
Sloppy, you're right, Kevin. 13 penalties. I mean, it's just, you're not going to beat a team like the Patriots doing that.
No further word on Aaron Williams. We just told you the update on the defensive back hurt earlier in the game. Neck injury. Here comes McCoy on 1st and 20. Charges right up the middle to the 49 of Buffalo. Aaron Williams was taken to a local hospital. It appeared to be very serious, obviously. Anytime an ambulance comes out on the field and they put you on the stretcher and make you immobile, that is enough for concern, but very precautionary too, the way these medics handle that. 2nd and 14. And it's Watkins who fights into the defense of Fletcher and Chung. And he's down to the 41 of New England with a gain of 10. We will update him when we get more information on Aaron Williams, the injured defensive back, starter for the Buffalo Bills.
The Patriots playing a lot more conservative with their shell on the back end, just playing a little bit more off coverage, trying to keep everything in front of them.
They play the nickel here, 5 in the secondary, 3rd down and 4 for Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor, 167 through the air, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. There goes Rufus Johnson. There goes Tyrod Taylor. Slides for the 1st down. He's got it in a late hit, they say, on Collins after the run of 5 for the 1st.
Well, it's not easy to pull off, Kevin. And you're trying to make a play, and at the last second, the quarterback slides. The rules are the rules, but that's a tough spot to be in if you're Jamie Collins. The officials are talking about it. Get a good look at it there. Doesn't hit him in the head.
He just... No foul for unnecessary roughness. The defender committed to the tackle as the quarterback began his slide. 1st down.
I think it's the right call. I really think it's the right call. I mean, he's trying to make a play. It's not like he goes in high and tries to forearm to the head. All these rules. When I played, you could hit him, you could step on him, you could kick him after the play. There's no problem.
You broke a neck that way when Siragusa flopped on you. 1st and 10. Taylor, look at the footwork. Now they chase him with Dinkovich. Oh, and they got Harvin. And from behind, knocked away by Fletcher, but knocked out of bounds. Rex Ryan told us yesterday, said the Patriots study tape of how to knock the ball away, strip the ball away from opposing carriers. There's a flag on the play, too. He said they study it more than maybe any other team in the league.
And they work on it. They work on it every day in practice.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 54. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a 1st down.
Yeah, they work on ball extraction. You'll see Tyrod Taylor throw the ball to Percy Harvin. Now keep an eye in the back of your screen there, and Bradley Fletcher, he comes in and pokes it out.
Harvin may have been carrying that ball a little bit loosely, and Matt Patricia makes his guys study that tape, sees who and who doesn't.
They've got a scouting report on every player in terms of how high they handle the ball, or if they handle it loosely. And
1st and 10, McCoy. Ninkovich can't get him. Chung can't get him. Finally runs out of real estate. Now that 1st and 10, he runs for 4. He takes it down to the Patriots 6.
I've been impressed with LaShawn McCoy.
I have too.
Today. I think he's really going to help them, not just in terms of the running game, but the passing game. And Even Tyrod Taylor, he's made some mistakes, but he's 21 of 27. He's thrown a couple touchdowns, and his elusiveness, his ability to extend plays, he's going to be an exciting quarterback to watch this season in the AFC East.
McCoy, 15 carries, 89 yards, 27 receiving yards today. Second down, 6. Timeout. They've got 2 left. Well, 5.5 to go in the fourth.
Well, they burned a couple timeouts in the first half last week. Some confusion. You see Tyrod Taylor, look at his play sheet there on that left wrist.
Well, coming up, the Subway postgame show is being put together for you right now in New York with JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowell. Scores, news, and highlights. That's all coming up on the Subway postgame report. You use the term build a bully. That's what Rex wants to do. It's going to take some time, as you can see. But I still think if this one carries out the way it is, this is an optimistic fan base and an optimistic organization about where they're pointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly they're trending in the right direction. They've got a really good defense that hasn't played as well today, but Tom Brady, Kevin's made a lot of good defenses look silly.
Yes.
You get a score here, you go for 2, you can make this a 10-point game.
18-point game now, second down and 6, and Taylor will take it himself, called his own number, and he gets into the end zone for a Buffalo Bills touchdown. On the quarterback draw, 7-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, look at that. This is what you want to do with your talented quarterback who's a great runner. Design quarterback draw.
So Taylor has thrown for 2 touchdowns. He's had a touchdown run himself. Carlos Williams, the rookie running back, has had a touchdown run in the first drive of the game where they went 80 yards. Lickety split. Trying for 2 here. Harvin. The sweep read beautifully by McCourty. So again, they fail on getting 2. And it stays 37. With the missed 2-point conversion here, Harvin into that 37-25 New England late in the fourth. The Bills just got a 7-yard touchdown run by their quarterback Tyrod Taylor, who continues to look with Greg Norman at some of the pictures taken from upstairs. Jordan Gay will kick off. He has never succeeded on an onside kick. Carpenter, on the other hand, is 2 of 4 in his career. And the flag is thrown. Did not go the mandatory 10 yards.
With a lot of penalties today, my goodness.
Most ever in this rivalry between the Bills and the Patriots.
Yeah, between the two teams. 13 for Buffalo and 11 for the Patriots. 119 yards and penalties for the Patriots. Coach Belichick won't be pleased with that, and nor will Coach Ryan. 118 yards and penalties.
And those are just the accepted penalties. Cannon back at the right tackle for New England, down to the field.
3 fouls on the play. All by the kicking team. Offside, number 15 is declined. Illegal block before the ball went 10 yards by the kicking team. That's also declined.
How about number 3?
Foot kickoff out of bounds. That penalty will be accepted. The ball will belong to New England at the spot where it went out of bounds. First down.
Well, at halftime, we came out and took a look at your keys for the second half, and let's see how they have developed or not developed.
Well, I felt it was important for the Patriots offense, Kevin, to keep attacking, and they kept pouring on the gas offensively and even defensively. No explosive plays. Nice job containing Tyrod Taylor for the most part. And I think you look at offensively, they didn't abandon the running game, but it wasn't as effective. And of course, I think the biggest disappointment today for Buffalo, just the 1 sack of Brady. You let Brady drop back 54 times here in Buffalo, and he's only sacked once. That's a problem.
Brady on 1st and 10. Gronkowski hit by Manny Lawson. Knocked down by Brown. 35-yard line of Buffalo. It is a gain of 8. As he closes in on touchdown pass number 403 today.
What an accomplishment. I think you look at the sack differential. Kevin, the Patriots 8 sacks today, and the Buffalo Bills with 3 Pro Bowlers along that defensive line, just a single sack. And credit the offensive line for the Patriots. Credit that guy right there for sorting through all the traffic and the communication and the identification and getting the ball out quick and not taking sacks.
Brady with a 2nd down and 10. Oh, knocked away by Hughes, and picked up by Darius, loose still, and recovered by Brown. Preston Brown vacuums it into midfield. 2nd Patriot turnover today. Buffalo will get it at midfield with 2 timeouts.
Well, that's where the pressure comes from. You see Jerry Hughes, he's matched up on Solder. He tries to cut him, and he doesn't go to the ground. Tom Brady never feels the defensive end come off the edge.
So Taylor in the offense out there. Looking into the nickel will be Tyrod Taylor. Last possession, 7-yard touchdown run. Possession before that, touchdown pass to Woods. Moves up. And has his receiver, Robert Woods. Down the sideline he goes to the New England Patriot 25 with a 25-yard catch and run.
Wow, check out Tyrod Taylor. His ability to move around in the pocket, feel the rush, slide, reset himself, keep his eyes down the field, keep the ball in a throwing position. I mean, this is what he does so well. Making plays on the move outside the pocket.
Keeps his eyes downfield, too. 1st and 10. Going deep. He's looking for Watkins. Touchdown.
Boy, Tyrod Taylor and the Buffalo Bills offense really showing some fight here, Kevin, in the 4th quarter. And a really nice release by Sammy Watkins. He goes right by Bradley Fletcher. We talked about the struggles he had last year in Philadelphia. 1-2, he gets them both down.
Now the extra point. Bills have missed 3 today, a kick and 2 two-point tries. This is for 1, and it is good from Dan Carpenter. It's a 5-point game with 4:16 to play. 3 consecutive scores by the Buffalo Bills. A touchdown pass to Woods of 32. A touchdown run by the Bills quarterback Tyrod Taylor of 7. And right there, a 24-yard touchdown pass. Taylor to Sammy Watkins.
Well, now things are getting interesting as this crowd comes to life, Kevin. And Buffalo just down by 5 with 2 timeouts to go. Now they can kick the ball down the field and play some defense. Get the ball back for their offense that's come to life here late in the 4th quarter.
Again, the Bills with 3 missed extra points, a kick and a two-point tries. You can add that up and see what would take you on that score. The Bills' last 3 drives, 10-play, 80-yard drive, 7-play, 59-yard touchdown drive, and 2 plays and a 50-yard touchdown. And a fumble by Brady gave him great position at the 50, and they cash in. And now this crowd is alive, as Rich said. Back in it with the ensuing kickoff from Jordan Gay. Lewis is back. Will leave it in the end zone. Touchback to the 20.
It's amazing how quickly things can change in this business, Kevin. You and I were just talking 10 minutes ago about, what are the Patriots going to do with this big lead, and said maybe bring in LeGarrette Blount and start taking the air out of the football and start running it. Now all of a sudden, we're in a fist fight here. 37-32 with 4:16 to go. As I mentioned, Buffalo still has 2 timeouts left.
Jackson is at the right guard. They have a rookie right guard. They have a rookie center, and Klein is the left guard. Amendola, Edelman, Gronkowski, and Dobson are the wideouts. It's 1st and 10 for Brady. Quick throw, short drop. Edelman out in front of Darby. Roby is there as well. Falling down, 6-yard pickup. He's out to the 26-yard line of New England.
They just go right to work through the air. And their MO today has been to throw it in the early downs. A lot of quick, short, intermediate throws that have been very effective against Rex Ryan's defense.
It's 2nd down and 4. Bolden is in, offered a block. Edelman has it. He is right in front of Graham. It's a 6-yard pickup. It is a 1st down to the 32 of New England.
It's almost, I think it might have been the same exact play, Kevin, we saw on 1st down. Motion across the formation and the quick throw to Edelman.
Subway postgame show coming up. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher scores, highlights, and news all next on the Subway postgame show from our CBS studios in New York. Buffalo out of timeouts. Patriots, now Buffalo's got 1. Disappeared there for a second. 1-1 in the timeout category with 3:24 to go in the 4th.
Well, Buffalo's defense, Kevin, they've got to come up with a stop.
Left 5 in the secondary. It is a 1st and 10 for Brady. Good block by Solder. Looking for Dion Lewis. Coverage on the play by linebacker Nigel Bradham, and the flag is down.
Well, they tried to double move Nigel Bradham with Dion Lewis. He goes up the field. He stops, and then he tries to go by him.
Pass interference. Defense, number 53, early contact, not playing the ball. Automatic first out at the spot of the foul.
You see right at the end here, Nigel Bradham never turns around and plays the ball or even finds it.
A 22-yard penalty puts him at the 46 of the Bills. Timeout apiece, 3:19 to play.
Well, again, the whole middle of the field is wide open. They bring Edelman in to block. They're going to take a shot.
Lewis blocks, and they go deep, and he is looking. What a catch made by Amendola with Roby on him. What a grab. Looking into that bright sun, Danny Amendola comes up with a terrific catch. Gain of 29 yards to the 17.
What an incredible catch and concentration by Danny Amendola. Question is whether that actually hits the ground as he's coming down, but great concentration. Look at him stretch out to make that play.
First catch today. Brady 1st and 10. Goes outside to Dobson, who is met by Gilmore, who makes the grab after a gain of 6. They'll put him at the 11 of the Bills. And a timeout, Buffalo. Their last. 2:28 to play in the 4th. So they got Edelman for a 6 and a 4-yard pass completion. They had the 22-yard penalty, and Amendola came up with a terrific 29-yard diving reception.
And on back-to-back plays, you got to give Josh McDaniel a lot of credit, Kevin. In terms of his design, they bring in, Brady motions in Julian Edelman on the throw to Amendola, and he blocks. And on this last play, they do the same thing with Rob Gronkowski. Brady short motions him in, he blocks the 1 inch. So they're doing a great job. How are they handling the blitz and the pressure? By bringing in receivers and tight ends to block.
So Buffalo is out of timeouts. Watch it here.
Yeah, he's going to come all the way across, and he winds up blocking on the back of the formation. And that gives Brady just enough time to make the throw down the field.
He got Rambo with the block, and Amendola with a sensational catch. It's 2nd down and 4 at the Bills' 12. Blunt is in. And a rookie offensive lineman, Mason, is the fullback. Mason the block, but not much of one. And Blunt was tied up, looked like Kyle Williams at the bottom of the pile, and there is no gain. And the clock continues to tick. The ball is at about the 12.
They'll just run this down to the 2-minute warning.
At one time, New England led by 24 points in this second half. 3 consecutive scores for the Bills, but now out of timeouts, trailing by 5 on CBS 2-minute warning. Two-minute warning, 3rd and 5 for the New England Patriots, leading by 5. Buffalo is out of timeouts. The Bills have scored 19 unanswered fourth-quarter points, but Buffalo has missed 3 extra points, a kick and 2 two-point conversions.
Well, the big question here is, do you run the football and try and pick up the first down? If you don't get it, you kick the field goal. You still run plenty of time off the clock, and you give the ball back up 8. Or do you allow Brady to throw it one time?
Blunt in the backfield. 3rd down and 5. Brady, Blunt, and climbs his way down near the 7 and very close to a first down.
That's the right call. You run about 40 seconds off the clock. You come in and kick the field goal, and it's an 8-point game. And you give the ball back to the Bills after the kickoff with less than a minute to go.
So here comes the field goal unit on 4th down. And today, Gostkowski has nailed him from 50, 21, and 46. The chains will come out for a more accurate measurement. Pretty short, as you can see. Now, would you go for this, or would you kick the 3?
No, you got to kick the 3 in this situation. I mean, it's not even a discussion. I mean, you're up by 5, Kevin. I think you just kick the field goal, and you go up by 8, and
they can run the clock here to about 116, 117 if they so choose.
Yeah, but if you don't get it, go for it here, and you don't get it, you give them a chance to get the ball back, and they're able to score a touchdown. They win the game, as opposed to them having to score a touchdown and also convert a two-point conversion.
The hold comes from the punter, Ryan Allen. Joe Cardona, a rookie from Navy. The long snapper, 25-yard field goal by Stephen Gostkowski. No timeouts, Buffalo. He puts through another. He has kicked 4 today, that from 25, and the lead is 8. Stopping a run of 19 unanswered fourth-quarter points by the Bills.
Let's see if Tyrod Taylor's got any more magic left, Kevin. He's really made some big-time throws here in the fourth quarter. Need a big return. Need a big return, and they haven't really had an opportunity because Gostkowski's done a great job kicking the ball so deep in the back of the end zone or out of the end zone. But if you can get a short kick and get the ball in the hands of Percy Harvin and maybe get it out around the 40-yard line, you're that much closer, and you can take some shots to the end zone.
Brady threw 59 times today, as you can see. Gronkowski over 100. Taylor with a 23 of 29 day through the air. Last week he was 14 of 19. Watkins, who did not catch a pass last week, has 6 with a touchdown reception today for the Bills.
Oh, another great kick.
He'll be out of the end zone once again. Harvin was back there, so from the 20 and no timeouts and 1:15 left. That is in front of Tyrod Taylor.
Well, you just can't take a sack. I mean, you know, throwing the ball away, not going to hurt you in this situation. You got to be able to use the boundary. Receivers got to be able to get out of bounds quickly. And the offensive line, in the event of a big completion down the field, Kevin, they really have to hustle. Get up there and give Tyrod Taylor a chance to spike the ball.
7 defensive backs for the New England Patriots. Taylor with a 1st and 10. And the windup, and it's off the hands of Watkins, and on the ricochet, it's intercepted by New England and grabbed by Logan Ryan. And that will seal the New England win.
Well, another high throw by Tyrod Taylor. Not an impossible catch. But when you throw it high, these things happen. We saw it earlier in the first half, a high throw in the direction of Charles Clay. His tight end got tipped and resulted in an interception. And Logan Ryan in the right place at the right time makes a nice catch away from his body to seal the victory.
Brady has thrown 7 touchdown passes on the season, no picks, 3 interceptions thrown by Tyrod Taylor. As they go to a knee, Buffalo out of timeouts, and the clock will tick off.
Well, he did such a great job last week, Kevin, not getting sacked and not turning the football over. Certainly not the case today. He was sacked 8 times and the 3 interceptions. You just, against a Brady-led team, you just can't give this guy extra opportunities, and certainly a learning experience for the young quarterback.
3 turnovers for the Bills, 8 sacks allowed, 14 penalties, 3 missed extra points. As Belichick and Ryan will meet. The New England Patriots will go to 2-0. The Buffalo Bills will even at 1-1. It was short and sweet.
Not a lot said there.
Nope.
Good game.
There are 2 teammates from the past, Castle along with Brady. Rob Gronkowski over 100 yards receiving today, and Tom Brady for 466 through the air and 3 touchdown passes. Coming up next, the Subway postgame show. For Rich Gannon, Kevin Harlan, so long from Orchard Park, New York. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.